111 years after the fateful sinking of the RMS Titanic, and about 40 years after the wreckage was found,
finding the Titanic has caused an awful lot of excitement.
Another disaster at sea.
We're learning tonight that the U.S. Navy heard sounds of what was likely the implosion of the vessel the same day it lost contact.
An underwater acoustic system heard what was likely that implosion on Sunday.
The 2023 implosion of the Titan submersible visiting the Titanic wreckage, killing 5 people. Now the scathing final report of the doomed vessel. United States Coast Guard officials say that the disaster could have been prevented and that OceanGate CEO Stockton Rush, who led the expedition, bore much of the blame.
My initial reaction when I heard the debris had unfortunately been found was that I was not surprised. I had suspected since the incident was first reported as missing that would likely be the outcome.
According to the U.S. Coast Guard report released earlier this week, OceanGate, quote, continued to use the Titan for operations after a series of incidents that likely compromised the integrity of the hull. Incidents like improper storage and extreme temperature that likely weakened the body of the submersible. New details revealing warning signs were regularly ignored and concealed, and whistleblowers were intimidated, some even fired for raising concerns.
Our team discovered the whistleblower was probably OceanGate's most experienced employee. So when he brought safety concerns to OceanGate early on, he was absolutely fired for bringing up those safety concerns.
The Titanic was the largest ocean liner at the time, billed as unsinkable and the ship of dreams. Its glory, mystique, and eventual sinking when 1,500 lives were lost, recreated in the Oscar-winning film Titanic, creating an enduring obsession by adventurers seeking to check off the ultimate bucket list item.
Titanic is woven into the fabric of maritime lore. There's not a bigger maritime disaster that's captured the imagination and just of the world.
So all of our tests.
Stockton Rush, the man behind OceanGate, an underwater tourism company, sought to make that dream a reality for travelers. He considered himself a revolutionary, ready to explore the darkest depths of the oceans. Rush seen talking in this vlog about how he wants to be remembered.
I'd like to be remembered as an innovator. I think it was General MacArthur said, "You're remembered for the rules you break."
But in doing so, investigators say he ignored critical safety protocols.
They had classification societies looking at their other submersibles that were the precursors to Titan. And then over the years, you see that level of compliance starts to wane. And then when Titan started, there was no engagement.
It was supposed to be the adventure of a lifetime, a submersible vessel that could reach depths few others can, taking tourists to witness history firsthand. On June 18, 2023, 5 people, including Rush, boarded the Titan. Less than 2 hours after their journey began, contact was lost. Equipment from both the military and private sector were brought in to search by air and in the sea, an area double the size of Connecticut.
There is a full court press effort to get equipment on scene as quickly as we can.
The Navy sending a portable lift system designed to recover large, heavy objects. Before they embarked, authorities say Rush reclassified all passengers and called them mission specialists to bypass safety regulations. Less than 2 hours after their journey began, and over 2 miles down, the Titan implosion took place. According to the report, the passengers were exposed to approximately 5,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. All 5 on board were killed instantly. In this video seen on the Discovery documentary Implosion, the Titanic sub-disaster, investigators play the moment Rush's wife is seen here unknowingly hearing the Titan imploding.
Yeah. Should be about 500 meters, 30. What was that like?
The report also found that the Titan was not covered nor provided protection from the environment when taken out of the water, possibly hurting the integrity of the carbon fiber frame.
One button.
Rush said in this vlog how the Titan defied industry standards.
The carbon fiber and titanium, there's a rule you don't do that. Well, I did.
The maintenance of carbon fiber is really important. Before the 2023 operating season, OceanGate left the Titan exposed to the weather in a Canadian port which was, had fluctuations below and above freezing with precipitation and snow, that had the potential to degrade the hull.
Authorities say Rush also had a pattern of firing staff who raised concerns, like the director of engineering and David Lockridge, who was OceanGate's former director of marine operations. In the Netflix documentary Titan, the OceanGate submersible disaster, you can hear from an audio recording the moment David was fired by Stockton for voicing safety concerns.
Every expedition we've had, we've had issues. And I've been there for you. Every single expedition.
I'm not denying that.
Do you now want to let me go? That's the question.
I don't see we have a choice.
Members of Rush's team testified before Congress, claiming that they repeatedly warned him of the dangers.
He wanted me to be the pilot that runs the Titanic missions, and I told him I'm not getting in it.
According to the report, the OceanGate team did not notify the outside world and authorities that there was a problem for over 7 hours after they lost communication. Businessman Shahzada Daoud and his 19-year-old son Suleiman were on board. Their family says nothing can heal their pain, writing in part in a statement to ABC News, "We believe that accountability and regulatory change must follow such a catastrophic failure. We hope this tragedy serves as a turning point." 4 days after going missing, the Titan remains were found. In a statement responding to the report, OceanGate writes, "We again offer our deepest condolences to the families. After the tragedy occurred, the company permanently wound down operations and directed its resources fully towards cooperating with the Coast Guard's inquiry through its completion." Investigators say if the OceanGate CEO had survived the disaster, they would have recommended manslaughter charges.
We would have made a recommendation to the Commandant to make a criminal referral to the Department of Justice for a separate investigation looking into potential seaman's manslaughter.
OceanGate has since suspended all operations, but for other explorers like Patrick Leahy, the lure of the ocean still runs deep.
It'll be the first time in history that a craft has been created that will dive to 4,000 meters, that has a transparent pressure boundary. It'll be a two-person vehicle, and we're hoping to have it ready by next summer.
Leahy is building a submersible for Larry Connor.
He wanted to counteract all the negative messaging and the narrative that was swirling around this tragic event.
Connor is a real estate billionaire from Ohio who commissioned his own expedition that plans to visit the Titanic next year. They say safety is of the utmost importance.
I'm a firm believer in the importance of staying within the rules, which is necessarily arduous, time-consuming, and expensive. The Classification Society rules have been in place for 60 years, and the track record of safety is extraordinary.
Still, the lessons of the Titanic and Titan on the top of Leahy's mind.
Human-occupied vehicles are magical. To me, they're the most incredible machines on our planet, and I don't want people to be afraid of diving in them. And I only wish that more people were given the privilege and the opportunity to experience what I've been lucky enough to see in my life.